My next guess is quite simple. The biggest don't show me it. He's the biggest action movie star the world has ever seen. He was Rocky. He is Rambo. He is. Show him. Sylvester Stallone, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. It's only Sylvester Stallone, ladies and gentlemen. That's who it is. Hey, Sly, how you doing?
Great, thanks.
Good to have you here. Do you know Sly was in 6 Rockies, 4 Rambos? For God's sake, make a film I can pronounce, will you? For goodness sake. The piss. You're taking the piss. I don't mind telling you that. Sylvester Stallone on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Couldn't be happier to have you here. I am a massive fan. I like the Rocky movies. Hey, now, I just asked Nicholas when he came in. Isn't it great to have Sylvester Stallone here with us?
I know, it's awesome.
in a fight, not that you get him many. I know you're from Wales, but you've moved on. In a fight, Rocky or Rambo? Who do you want in your corner?
Rambo.
Rambo, I think so. Yeah, but you're right. Rambo in your corner, but Rambo's not much of a conversationalist, is he?
No.
Well, he's just the brooding mess of a man, really, isn't he, Sly? That's right. You're on Rocky, because afterwards you can go, yeah, let's go get a beer. Go, well, maybe good a beer. Like that, you know? Well, see, I've got to see what England says. You know, like that. And you go, well, Paulie's going to come for a beer, too. Hey, this is good stuff in there, isn't it? I'm just writing a new script for you here. Remember that? Ain't gonna be no rematch! Adrian! That's enough of that. Sorry, he's back there on the set.
Oh, you are
I love the film, I'm doing it. Shall we get my final guest out? Yeah! I think we should. He's the world's greatest action hero. He needs no introduction from me. It's Sylvester Stallone!
Of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rivals, and he's watching us all through the eye of the tiger.
You know you've made it now. You know you've made it now. Go on,
choir. Wow.
It's only Sylvester Stallone, ladies and gentlemen. He's here with us. Wow, great to have you here. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Look at that. Well, first of all, I wanted to welcome you properly into the UK.
Thank you.
And say it was great to see you at the BAFTAs. And I was delighted at the response that you received from the audience when you came out.
John, I thought there was someone standing behind me. I said, is there Arnold back there? No, really.
Because I was a bit worried, because, obviously it's it's kind of people who take cinema seriously in a different way. They're not necessarily commercial cinema crowd. And I thought, well, I hope they show you some respect and they're not a little bit saying, no, they went bananas for you.
No, I was actually I was surprised, because I think that British cinema is fantastic, because what you fellas don't have in economy to make big action films, you make great stories, and now we can just put the action with the story. We got something going.
Yeah, you did meet the two in the middle there. But I know you love British movies. You're a fan of British films and cinema in general. But when you travel around the world, what kind of reaction do you get normally? What do people want to talk to you about? Which of your films, which of your characters are they most keen to have you talk to them about?
Well, I would definitely say it's probably Rambo, no doubt.
Really, Rambo?
Yeah,
Rambo more than Rocky?
Yeah, usually, like, Rocky's more in like America, but usually around the world, people come up and stab me and say, hi, Rambo, cut. They're like, hi, how you doing? So that kind of a thing. So there's I don't know, more of a menace around the world. Yeah, the Rocky is more of a passive, but Rambo definitely is. For sure.
Yeah, because Rocky, I guess, he was quite a kind of not a soft, but quite a sensitive character.
He is.
Whereas Rambo is more of a tortured soul, and I guess people respond to that.
Yeah, Rocky was more of a poet at heart.
Okay, let's start with the Rocky movies then, because I love the Rocky movies.
Okay.
They're not all great. There's some great ones in there, okay. You know this to be true. Okay, give me your score out of 10 for each of your Rocky movies, Mr. Number 1.
10.
I think so. I think we'd go 10 out of 10 for number 1. What an incredible movie. How many people came out of that thinking, I'm going to be a boxer now? Yeah.
I caused more young Italians to get retarded than any human being. They came, everyone thought he could be a fighter. I said, no, it's a movie.
Rocky number 2.
I'd say about 7.5.
Yeah, I think you're being generous. Number 3.
3 I liked. 3 I have to go up to
I
about,
love 3.
I have to go up to about 9.
Because 3's the one where you got Mr. T in it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great film. 4.
Toughest one of all. The hardest hitter, Dolph Lundgren. I have to give it like it. Well, a lot of montage. I give that about 7.5.
Pretty good. I like that. I like the training sequence. He
Yeah.
uses high-tech training.
Exactly.
Rocky just drags a log behind him and chases a chicken.
Eats rope.
You gotta eat thunder. You gotta crap like
thunder.
This. No, it's the other way around. Would you give me a slap on stuck like this?
Rocky 5.
0.
No, was it that bad, Rocky 5?
Yeah, it was bad.
I don't remember being quite as bad as that.
It's just, it was goose egg. I was definitely not there. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do the last one. Because I said, you know, if you're going to end up on doing something, like, you can't, it was so bad, so off-key, that was the impetus to do the
And the last one actually wasn't called Rocky 6, it was Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, which means the end.
Yeah, so really, you wouldn't do another one?
No, what am I going to do? We're not going to fight arthritis. How do I get a clogged artery? My guy.
You know, part of me is very glad to hear you say that, because I love the character, I love the journey I went on with him. Part of me also would love to see more. You know, if you kept making, I know I'd keep going to see him. How did you get in back in such good shape for that? Because, you know, you're not as young as you once were. And I know I've seen some movies in between where you let yourself go a little bit.
Yeah, you know, in Copland, I did. Actually, it was great just to let myself go. But I thought, it becomes like a habit, you know. It's like if you know you're running on fear, if you know you're going to be on film forever, it's kind of like it'll get you going to the gym. Normally, I would wake up in the morning, just brush my teeth with a cannoli and say happy, great, you know, just eat everything. But normally, when you have something that's driving you, you have to do it, and then afterwards you let it go. And
how long did it take you to get back in shape? Because as you get older, it takes longer, doesn't it?
Oh God, it's like every day. Yeah, it becomes like a habit every day. You're going to this gym, and I hate it. Believe me, I do. It's not like, oh, great, I can't wait to go in there and get a hernia.
So when do you think you're going to relax and say, okay, you know what? Because you're obviously keeping yourself in shape now, and you kept yourself in shape for the Rambo movie, but.
You know, I think it's kind of an occupational hazard now. It's pretty much what I do, and it's become a habit. And like so, I'll probably try to always stay in some decent shape.
So you do some sort of workout, but maybe not as much to keep yourself.
Oh no, like the last Rambo was brutal. That was a tough one.
Okay, you know, I've seen the new Rambo movie. It's called Rambo 4. It's out. It's not. I would have thought you'd think they'd rush it out for Valentine's Day, but no, it's out next week.
Why? Because they cut a few hearts out.
It's a perfect date movie. You know, I loved it.
Yeah,
you know, and it kind of it's not a surprising movie as such, but it kind of feels like the character. It makes more sense now.
Yeah.
You know, and you directed this as well.
Yeah, I did. No one else wanted the job. This is true. So no, snakes, centipedes, jungle.
Yeah, where did you shoot it? It's meant to be near Burma.
It's right on the across the Salween River from Burma, northern Thailand, and it deals with the Burmese situation, the longest running civil war in the world, 60 years it's been going on. So it was a very dangerous film to do because they didn't want it made.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, but the thing is, we get more injured. I thought we'd get more injured doing the stunts. The thing is, you do the stunts, you get blown off a mountain, you roll down, you get covered in flame and this and that, and you know, avoid snakes, then you get up, and you trip going into your motorhome and chip your teeth. You know, it's always after the stunt is when you get laid up.
Well, because I guess you're relieved and you're not
exactly
smoking.
right.
But it's pretty intense. It must have been a pretty draining shoot because there's a lot of running, a lot of chasing,
no,
and just the conditions there.
It's a very violent film. It's no question about it. It's just what we call in America a hard R. Because a lot of films, and the action films are great, like The Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, they're fantastic. But I thought, let's go back and do old school where it's just man on man, no stunts. We actually couldn't afford CGI. Yeah. So the snake is a snake, you know, the bomb's a bomb, and things like that. You just, you know, that's what it is.
That's why I like it. But, you know, you said it's a violent movie, and it is ultra-violent. And part of me, you know, you want to see that in these kind of movies. I mean,
well, it's a real war film, and I thought, you know, I can't soft pedal it. After you've seen Saving Private Ryan and Black Hawk Down, if you're going to do a war film, do it. Otherwise, just, you know.
Because the earlier Rambos were pretty tough, pretty hardcore like that.
They were kind of like angry hairdressers. You know, it's like, here he goes, he was at a headband, a tank top.
You did look a bit buffed and a bit, there you go, there we go. Check that out, look at that.
Oh, God.
Now that, my friends, that's a feather cut right there,
You see this in Beverly Hills, actually.
But now, what's
That's
good is
alive.
your screen presence has changed. Obviously, you know, you're a little older now, you're a little thicker set now, and the character reflects that. Your screen presence, I think, it's almost like you've grown into that character.